Oh my god. What's up everyone? Today I'll be making Dan Tat. It's one of my favorite childhood treats. I just woke up, so my hair's a bit all over the place. I'll actually be making this for a professional chef, so let's hope these come out really good. I will be cheating, I will be following a recipe just because I've never made Dan Tat before. This is one of my favorite childhood treats, so I'm really excited to make this. We're gonna get started on the dough, which has to rest for a bit, and then we'll get started on the custard mixture. Let's get started. Let's go. All right, so to start things out, we gotta measure out 2 cups of flour. Just to make this as good as possible, I'm gonna sift it. It's gonna take a while, but we're making it with love. So what I'm pretty sure sifting does is that it just loosens up the flour or whatever ingredient you're using. Basically, like, I think increasing the surface area. So like where 1 cup of like packed flour, if you had like 1 cup of packed flour, you could turn it into like 1.5 if you sift it, just because it like loosens up all the particles. At least that's what I think, and I'm pretty sure that's probably what it is. It also makes it easier for things to mix together or dissolve, from what I'm probably assuming. I was invited to shadow at a kitchen, or I guess like I kind of asked in a way, but I'll be shadowing at a kitchen today, and I really wanted to impress the chef, so I'm making Dan Tat. There's a lot of things I could have made, but I think that one was just cool to me because it was one of my favorite childhood treats. So, all right, so we have the 2 cups of flour, and we're just gonna add 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. Kind of have to eyeball it because it's 1/4, but that's about half, right? So we have some unsalted butter. Just gotta let that come to a bit closer to room temperature, so that's got a little give apparently. And then we're gonna cube 12 tablespoons and throw that into the mixture. Okay, so we have our flour salt mixture, and our butter's starting to soften up a bit, so I think it's ready to go ahead and cube. We're gonna cube 12 tablespoons. Get a butter knife. It's kind of jank, but it's the only way I know how to really do it, or I can think of at least. Alright, we got the 12 tablespoons of butter, and we're just gonna use our hand to incorporate the 2. Just kind of pressing together the dough or the butter and the flour. It's gonna make a pretty like crumbly mixture at first. Almost reminds me of the time, if you remember Kanishk from one of my previous videos, the chai tiramisu, he and I were roommates abroad, and for his birthday, I bought him a croissant making class in Paris. So it was like a romantic roomie trip. This almost reminds me of the croissant dough that we made. All right, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of cold water. And this will just help to bring the dough together. If you take a look right now, it's kind of like a crumbly paste mixture. And we're just gonna continue bringing this together, and then we're gonna let it sit for like 20 minutes before like rolling it out and stuff. Well, I messed up. I didn't realize the camera wasn't recording, but we got the dough. We tightly wrapped it in some plastic wrap. It's like a pretty dense, like dough, almost like Play-Doh, honestly, like a buttery Play-Doh. We're gonna toss it in the fridge for a bit, and then we'll get back to making the Dan Tat. I realized that not having my sister in the video has dropped the entertainment value to like 10%. Hopefully you guys still find this interesting. Okay, so the dough's been resting for a bit. Now we're gonna roll things out. Just gonna lightly flour the surface. You want to work pretty quickly, apparently. Do we even have a roll? The lighting's a bit weird, so we're gonna fold it into about, the instructions say 6 by 15 inches rectangle, and then I'm gonna fold it over. I think that's about good. So we're gonna fold the first third over, and then second third, and then we're gonna roll that out again. And this creates some layering for the dough. Yeah. Then we're gonna fold it again. We get the thirds, and I think we just throw this in the fridge to let it cool. So I'm gonna wrap it again and pop it in the fridge. I probably should have floured the rolling pin. Lessons learned. We're gonna pop this in the fridge until we're ready to make the filling. The croissant making class was a lot of fun. It was my first time actually ever making a croissant. Oh my god, the croissants in France were amazing. So good, so good. Okay, we're back. We're gonna get started with our custard. So we're gonna dissolve about half a cup of granulated sugar in a cup of hot water. I gotta find. So we need a cup, half a cup of sugar, and then we're gonna get a cup of hot water. I just heat up some water in a pot. It doesn't have to be boiling, just hot enough to dissolve some sugar. So throw in a cup there. We'll whisk the two together just to get the sugar dissolved. We're gonna let this come to room temperature. Room temperature. We have a little guest here. Little guest here. So while the water and sugar is coming to room temperature, we're going to start whisking the evaporated milk, eggs, and vanilla together. So we need half a cup. Oh my god. Oh my god. Half a cup of evaporated milk. That should be good. 3 eggs that are room temperature. Alright, let's see if I can get single hand action. Oh! Nah. A little bit of vanilla. Oh no. Okay, so it seems like I don't have vanilla extract right now, so we're just gonna substitute and add a little honey. I don't know if this is the right thing to do, so I'm hoping that it actually turns out fine. But I'm not gonna add too much, just like a little tiny bit amount. And I guess it's important for all of the ingredients to be room temperature. So all of these were at room temperature. We're gonna go and whisk everything together. I'm just using a little lunch right now. Now that the hot water has cooled down to room temperature, we're gonna whisk in the hot water into the evaporated milk and egg mixture. And just make sure it gets fully incorporated. So can you take a look at that? Try not to spill it, but see how there's like bubbles? We don't want that. So as we pour it into this little measuring cup, we're gonna sift out the air bubbles. It's mixed pretty well now, so I'm just gonna go ahead. YOLO! And this also helps to further remove any other impurities from the mixture. So now we have a silky, smooth egg tart. It's time to start rolling out the dough. Okay, we're starting to run a bit low on time, but we have the dough. And we're gonna preheat the oven to 375. And while the oven is preheating, we're gonna roll out the dough. I don't have like a mold to cut out, so I'm just using this little bowl that I have. It says to roll the dough out to about like 1/5 of an inch thick, so that's pretty thin. I'm just gonna flour the surface a bit and flour the rolling pin too. So we have the dough. It's been resting for a while now. Just gonna clean my hands a bit. I actually have a ruler, so it should be about like that thick. So it's pretty thin. Okay. I don't know, I'm so like nervous for this, but yeah. I think it's too cold. I gotta wait for it to come to a bit of more I think I need it to warm up a bit so it's a bit more malleable. All right, we're on a time crunch and the dough has been sitting out for a bit now, so hopefully it's a little easier to roll it out. Still pretty stiff. This dough's kind of cracking a bit. I don't think I did the greatest job folding it. Good thing about this dough is that we can continually like refold and re-roll. Oh, that's probably good. Do a test run, cut one out. On a bit of a time crunch now. All right, let's see. And we have like a muffin tin here. It's not the best looking thing. Oh, this is all up now. All right, we need to flour this dough, or flour the rolling pin a bit. Okay. It's starting to look a little better now. I think we need to get it a little thinner than previously. Now I have a decent amount of chances. I have, what, 12 muffin slots, so I'm gonna choose like the best ones to give to the chef, of course. Where's the ruler? Let's do a check on this real quick. Yeah, actually that's good. So we'll cut out some more circles. See how many we could squeeze in here. Starting to wonder if I shot too high. Trying to make something new for the chef. But sometimes in life, you gotta risk it for the biscuit. All right, we're just spacing them out in this muffin tin a bit. Wow, this is kind of stressful, I'm not gonna lie. Let's get some flour on this, and then we'll cut a few more out, and then test bake some of them. Try to get some in the oven. All right, I'm gonna test out like 5 of these. So I've got 5, I'm just putting in the custard right now. You wanna fill it like 2/3 of the way. And then as soon as they're about 2/3 of the way full, you wanna throw them like immediately in the oven. But of course you don't wanna do it too fast and have your stuff break. All right, here's a quick look. Okay, that's gonna cook for like 26 minutes. Let's pray that some come out good. Okay, for the sake of time, I'm just gonna make like a ton of mini ones. Hopefully they come out okay. The dough's getting really flaky and starting to break. Not good. Sticking a little too much. You gotta work with dough really fast. I just spend a little too much time with it. See if we can try to salvage this. I've seen MasterChef multiple times, so let's get it done. All right, I made a couple of smaller ones. We'll see if they come out okay. We're kind of low on cake tins. Oh, just burned myself. All right, we just have to hope and pray. We just gotta hope and pray that a few come out okay. Okay. I think they're done. We're gonna check on them. Oh, these are definitely not done. Definitely not done. Okay. Let's see if these are okay. They look kind of weird. Let's test it with a toothpick. I have to leave in literally like 2 minutes. Okay. The inside is actually pretty good. I chose one that was broken, so. Wait, it actually might have came out okay. But I'm gonna pack it and go, and I'll let you guys know what happens afterwards. All right, what's up guys? I just got back from the kitchen, and I gotta say, that was one of the coolest experiences ever. I got to see the different stations, the pastry, appetizer, meat, like main entree cooking area, and it was so cool. I mean, Chef Ashley, if you ever see this video or somehow this video pops up on your page, thank you so much. It was so cool. But back to the Dan Tat. I gotta say, it happens. You know, you fail in the kitchen. That's just the reality of cooking. You're not gonna make everything well the first time. But you know, I'll still give you guys an honest review. I have one that I kept, and here, check this out. The custard's actually pretty good, but I think the dough is a bit too crumbly. Actually, tasting it's not as bad as I thought. It's still not great. It is a bit too crumbly, but the custard still's got, in my opinion, has some good hold. The dough is a bit crumblier. I think if it had a bit more like structural integrity, it would have been like really good. That's just the reality of cooking. You're not gonna make everything great. Thank you guys so much for watching. Overall, I think the texture of the crust was a bit too flaky, too crumbly, but the custard was definitely really good. I think the texture and the flavor was there for the custard, but the crust was just not there at all. But it's okay, you know, when you're cooking or trying something new, you're gonna fail. It's inevitable that something is just gonna come out bad, but you just learn from it and try again, do it again, and eventually you'll get to where you want it to be. But the moral of the story is to create your own opportunities. I was fortunate enough that this chef at the restaurant was so nice to allow me to come and visit the kitchen for the time that I did. And you know, all I had to do was ask if I could check it out. Because you know, you never know what'll happen when you ask. You have to of course be respectful and appropriate in how you approach it and how you ask. At the end of the day, the person holding you back most is yourself. So sometimes you got to create your own opportunities and chase your own dreams. You are your biggest support. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see me, my friends or family cook anything in the future, comment something down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was technically a fail, but we'll learn. All right, thank you so much. Peace.